Welcome to Austin, Texas, one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. Here in the heart of Texas, it's the people, the places, and generations of self-expression that make this city so magnetic. An authentic landscape full of vibrant connections and opportunity where you can truly carve out your own path and pursue your dreams. We're diving deep into the soul of Austin, meeting the artists, entrepreneurs, and visionaries who make it one of the most attractive places to live. But as Austin grows, so does the responsibility to honor the values that built its identity, a balancing act between progress and preservation. By sharing these moments, we're bringing a sense of humanity back to the way that we interpret the modern world. We're crafting a new kind of influence. No more trends, real stories, real connection. Where we point our finger, that's where culture is. Together, we can make an impact where it matters most, at the street level.
Not one wave. Hey, we wave around here. Yes. We wave back in Texas.
Right, so we're headed to pick up Harrison Upright. He's been a tour guide for Visit Austin for years. Really beautiful, positive human being.
What's going on?
All right, I'm all right.
How you
I'm
doing?
excellent, thanks.
I know.
How are
Good
you
to
doing,
see you.
Evan?
Yeah,
Good to see you.
Thank you so much
Yes,
for
sir.
joining us today. And go get some coffee?
Yes, let's
All
do
right.
that. Yes, you're speaking my language.
Yeah. This is Peyton.
Hello, Peyton.
Harrison.
Upright.
Peyton,
Glad
nice to meet
glad
you.
to meet you
You're looking
too.
sharp today.
Thank
I like
you.
it.
Thank you.
It's
You
another
are
Thursday,
too.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Local Austin, native Austinites. We're closeted unicorns.
They're rare breed.
I think that's the thing about, a lot of locals, the tones just kind of changed though, and growing up here, I was always proud of how friendly and welcoming the locals were.
Yes.
And I still hear that quite a bit.
We still say yes, ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, and I'm finding now as I'm getting I'm an older man now, and I'm getting used to people prefacing my first name with the title Mr.
Oh, you getting Mister?
I'm
Get a little sophisticated.
I'm getting used to that now. Yeah. Well, I love the legacy of Lady Bird Johnson, and so I call it Lady Bird Lake. And believe me, it looks much better. It's prettier today than it was when it was Town Lake. It only became Lady Bird Lake upon the death of Lady Bird Johnson.
All right, yes sir.
Hello, how are you doing today? Excellent.
Where did you grow up in Austin?
I grew up in East Austin,
Okay.
first in the old Booker T. Washington projects, which were located
Right.
on Thompson Street.
Yeah. Sir, Mr. Upright?
We moved to Greenwood Avenue, black working class neighborhood with the paved streets, adequate lighting. We moved there in '61, and that house stayed in the family until after Mom died in 2020.
What was your favorite memory of your mom growing up?
This woman only went as far as the 8th grade. And she had such common sense. And she was a keen observer of people. She walked beside Dad. In fact, she walked ahead of Dad. And they complemented each other quite well. But my mother worked 2 and 3 jobs. She was always willing to learn something new. And I have that drive from her.
Yeah, I see a lot of those
Yes, I have that drive from her. It's in November into December that it begins to look like fall here. That's correct, because
Shows up a little late.
it sure does. I tell people that this is a Renaissance city,
Yep.
that we are living in a Renaissance time, but Austin is forever changing, ever evolving. It welcomes you. It welcomed my parents when they moved here in '51. No matter who you are, no matter what ethnicity you are, you can be whoever you want to be in this town. Thank you so much.
what's up, pup? How are you? Oh. Love the puppies in Austin, man.
I never thought I'd live to see the day I said goodbye. I ain't crying, that's West Texas in my eye.
What's going on, man? Hey, good to see you, dude. You doing all right?
I was like, yeah, it looks like it.
I know.
So my name is Christopher Barkman. I've been on the road for the last 4 months as a street artist, touring the country. I started out in Pennsylvania, and I'm trying to see eventually every state while being a street musician. It's a healing process for something a lot deeper. People just happen to see the icing on the cake, I suppose. It's something so seemingly so small. You know, you coming over, literally just even shaking my hand or be willing to talk, it starts clearing out the brush of just other shit I'm going through. And it's like, you don't realize, but like for an hour, hours, days later, it's like, oh, this does have meaning. This is important. I am valued and seen, and you know, and this is another indication. Maybe this is what needs to be happening. Yeah, dude, but it's been a wonderful thing. I'm so glad I got to see it.
Sure, we'll be seeing you out here in these streets.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy your lunch. Yeah. So we're headed to Evan Voil's shop. He's a neon artist and sign maker here in Austin. He's made the majority of the neon signs for South Congress and Burnett Road. Really talented guy and unique.
I don't have yes.
What's up?
Hey.
What's going on? Man, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Doing all right?
How are you?
What's up, Evan? Nice to meet you.
Kind of weird.
Little hidden gem, inconspicuous. You know, you never
It
know
does
it's
look
here.
abandoned.
Right. How many signs do you think you've either refurbished or made at this point?
We like to produce about a sign a week.
Okay.
So let's call that, with holidays, 50 signs a year, more or less. Times 30 years is 1,500 signs.
Yeah.
I usually think I've probably got around 300 in Austin.
When did you first land in Austin?
I arrived by vaginal delivery, assisted by forceps, in 1958 at St. David's Hospital. So, but then I left, and then I left, and then I came back.
We were just talking about how that's the best case scenario. You leave,
Leave and come back.
come back. Yeah.
Well, it's biblical, right? It's the prodigal son. I've always had a problem with that baked-in local purview that, oh yeah, Austin, man, you should have been here before when it was cool. Oh yeah, what before is that? Oh, well, how old are you? In the 60s, I mean the 70s, the 70s, well the 80s, of course, the 90s,
Anytime
forgot,
that's
the
not
early 2000s, you should have, whenever you weren't here, that's
was
when you
when it
should have
was
been
good,
here, and I want to say, fuck you. And I can say that because I was here in every one of those decades.
And they're all good.
It doesn't matter what it was like or how good it was. It only matters how good you can make now, so that the people later go, oh man, you should have been here when that guy was making it cool in the whatevers. If you're not doing that, then fuck off. Don't say that. It's useless. It doesn't help anybody.
Well, it just shows
that
me you're
you
out of touch.
remember. It's what you do. It's what you do that's memorable. What should be important is the craftsmanship and the design and the experience of expressing some idea. Why will we accept mediocrity in our signage, in our tacos, in our margaritas, when we are capable at no cost for doing something better, doing something personal and particular and glorious?
What's going on, man? You doing all right? Good to see you, bro.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks, man.
Good seeing you, dog.
Looks good.
So this is Big Medium. It's a BIPOC-owned gallery, so it houses many artists. And so what you're looking at now is a collection of artists for Austin Studio Tour specifically. There's always that phrase of keep Austin weird, right? And there's that adventure in there, but when it's forced, it doesn't feel authentic. One of the reasons why museums and art galleries are important is because you see the local Austin voice. It's just a palate cleanser.
It's exactly that. I mean, you can draw inspiration from anything. I think that's why traveling is good. I think that's why going for a bike ride is good. If you're stuck and you're in a creative rut or not feeling inspired, all you got to do is pick your fucking head up and get out of your head, get out from in between the ears, and look around you, because there's inspiration everywhere.
Yeah, this is a new exhibit that just got put up. It's really cool. Right, that's a dress. I don't think it can be worn, right? But it's suspended, internally. This is called Tangibly Longing, Consuelo Walker. These are some of my pieces, right here. Some big pieces here. When I create, I think about, the decision that went into making those harsh lines and then having different forms on the inside is the layers that we're all made up of, or what's within you. It may be some ego, it may be some ambition, it may be some inspiration that you can pull from and find within my pieces. And then when you sit in front of something and pay attention for a while, you start to find more things within it. And so I'm studying more engineering now, right? And engineering all has a purpose. Every form of engineering has a purpose. And so I understood as I got older is you can be much more intentional about what you want to convey to the viewer.
Thank you so much for having us.
Man, of course. Of course, brother. Of course, brother.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're here at the White Horse. We're gonna play some pool with our buddy Jordan Matthew Young. Finally, get a Lone Star in our system.
It's just another day of the week for the regulars. Well, you should have seen this place back in its prime. We always knew it was a matter of time before they came in and changed the skyline for the regulars. Well, we always knew it was a matter of time for the regulars. The regulars. Oh, the regulars. There's a song about Austin, man. Yeah, it's about any city that's growing and changing, and then the regulars that built the scene that a lot of people moved there for, The musicians in Austin are the ones that brought everybody here. Right. That's why everyone's here. Yeah. That's why the comedians are here, and why we have South by, and why we have all of ACL and everything. Yeah. It's all music. There's a perfect recipe though that takes places like this and Sagebrush were built by musicians, right. And they had to borrow money that they didn't have, and the people they borrowed from didn't have. Yeah. I mean, this place was built on a shoestring. Like, they literally, dude, Dennis and Marshall and Nathan and the guys that built this place, like, they never, ever thought about making money.
Right. Says no Lone Star, no checks, no draft, no fries, no food, no foo-foo drinks, no talking to imaginary people. Ever heard of a Mad Dog margarita? All right, so the Mad Dogs were like a literary group, like in the 1970s. There's like a group of writers who basically established their presence here, the riffraff of Austin. But they're also like the most like culturally important group that was like, they're hanging with the Willie Nelsons, like...
Yeah, Janus Way area.
Yeah, and the writers were like, they were drinking, smoking with the best of them, getting in fist fights. The intellects of Austin were the coolest people to be around, and that's what everybody wanted to be around, We need to bring back some of that. Like now it's all the prettiest people, or the influencers think they have the most, but it's like it was really the people that were thinking. They probably weren't pretty either.
That's usually how it works.
All right, we're headed to Soto & Co. Rick Soto invited us out for a little sip and smoke with Mayfin cigars. So we're about to pull up on them. We got full stomachs, a couple Mad Dog margaritas in us. Hey, give me a cigar.
Trying to get a cigar, get your drinks.
100%.
Yeah, whatever y'all need.
What's up, man? Evan. Yeah, bro. Nice to meet you, man. If you're an aspiring business owner, this is how you do it. Take note. This is as good as it gets. Like Rick has built up a business where he has put in the work, he believes in his product, makes something of quality, and the community will support that. If you put in consistent effort, the community is gonna get behind you. Really appreciate the way you do business in Austin and believing in your product and being consistent, and obviously the support that's fostered around that. It's just like such an organic process.
You hit the nail on the head right there, yeah. It's like you take that leap of faith and you dive in, you don't know what to expect, and it's all just like grassroots, just trying to figure it out as I go. And I think the biggest thing, even to this day right now, is like word of mouth. Still more to go, and I think that's the best part of it, because I don't feel complacent. Yeah, I love it. I told myself when I first started, I said by year 5, if I'm still in business, smooth sailing. I don't feel nearly as comfortable now at year 8 than I did at year 1. Yeah. All different problems, good problems, but yeah.
Comfort is also the enemy,
100%.
If you're like not pushing forward, or
everything's going to keep evolving as you evolve.
what's your interpretation of the growth in Austin and this next era? Like, what do you think our responsibility and role is in, like, as Austinites?
People who move here, they move here for a reason, right? They love Austin. They love it for a specific thing. I think the hard part is the people who've been in Austin who don't particularly like the transition. I'm a supporter of it. I like bringing different cultures, different people in. I like different experiences. And you can see it through like bars and culinary and shops and stuff like that. And I think it's amazing. Then people know like, yo, we're still Austin at the end of the day.
This wasn't shit.
It wasn't bad at all. Yeah.
It's an old pen beam. The jukebox seems to know what you think. The bartender's a breeze, and she can kill you with one easy wink. And the sound of the dice, like the clink of the ice in your